Gentlemen, welcome to Chapter 4 of Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. This is on autosuggestion. And again, it's what I have learned out of it, how I have applied it to my life, and the same principles that I've applied, I've shared with you here so you can take them and apply them. The three greatest takeaways that I have in this chapter are the power of autosuggestion, visualization and emotional engagement, and repetition and consistency. As usual, we're going to go through each one of these. I'll explain them, and then from these, I formulate questions to answer for myself that I'm also going to share with you. So let's go through the first one, the power of autosuggestion. This is a summary of what I learned from it. Autosuggestion involves shaping our subconscious mind through self-directed, repeated thoughts and affirmations. We'll get into this and how to do it, but don't forget that. Dominant conscious thoughts influence the subconscious. So remember, we've got the subconscious that we really don't think through, and the conscious, which is what we think through. And this is where we influence our subconscious. Whether positive or negative, ultimately our consciousness, the way we think, influences our reality and our subconscious. So focusing on positive, success-oriented thoughts bridges that conscious desires with subconscious action. This aligns the internal beliefs with our external goals to harness our mental power more effectively. And this is what we're going to get into and how we walk through it. So diving deeper, here's the question that I formulated for myself. How can I effectively use autosuggestion to ensure my subconscious mind is aligned with my goals and consistently drives me toward success? Well, let's dive deeper into this with what I have learned and applied. The first thing I learned was, to start this, I have got to craft positive affirmations. So create positive affirmations that clearly reflect your goals, your desires, and use positive personal statements. Here's some examples. I am confident and capable. I attract opportunities for success. Phrase each affirmation you create in a present tense as if it's already true. This is going to reinforce your belief and align with your goal. And regularly recite these affirmations because we've got to embed them in our subconscious. And the only way to do that is over and over and over. And we'll get into that a little bit later on. But gradually, that shifts our mindset toward positivity and success. So that's number one. Now that we've created our affirmations, the second thing we do is establish a daily routine. So incorporate your affirmations into a daily routine. Ideally, in the morning, I have something I call the AM routine where I do mine. If you're a night person, you can do it before you go to bed. But by repeating them aloud and writing them down, this really helps put them into that subconscious and start building those synaptic memory patterns that we need. If you need to use visual aids, put sticky notes in different places. If you like, build a vision board, keep your affirmations visible. This will reinforce them during the day so that you don't get distracted by the rat race, which is a struggle we all have, right? And practice consistency to reinforce those positive thoughts, helping them permeate the subconscious mind and become a lasting habit. That's ultimately what we're getting into. So number two, establish a daily routine. And number three, visualize success. Practice daily visualization. Doing what? Well, imagine yourself achieving your goals within vivid detail. Focus on the scenery, your emotions, the outcome you desire, what's happening, and combine this concept of visualization with the affirmations, because you guys, this is extremely powerful and creates just amazing synergy for us. And this is how it strengthens our belief in the goals that we have set for ourselves. I do this every day with a couple of them. Visualizing success reinforces the affirmations, not just in saying, but now you're thinking about it and you're hearing it and you're writing it. This prepares your mind to recognize it and act upon their opportunities as they arise. And they will. In the beginning, they don't. But the more you do it as you understand things in life, the more you get used to it, the more your subconscious gets used to it. And suddenly you're going to start seeing things that will create opportunities for you for your goals like you never have before. So that's number 3. And doing these same things will answer the question, how can I effectively use autosuggestion to ensure my subconscious mind is aligned with my goals and consistently drives me toward success? So let's move on to the second thing let's dive deep into visualization and emotional engagement. When we create affirmations, they need to be prepared with strong, sincere emotion to effectively impact our subconscious mind. Just saying them in themselves without that emotional attachment will not penetrate what we need it to penetrate and permeate our subconscious. Introducing visualization, right? Visualization with a genuine belief and feeling. This activates the subconscious mind more powerfully, especially when visualizing specific, already achieved goals. And that's what we're trying to do. We're visualizing the future and bringing it into the present. So this intense focus on these vivid goals conditions our subconscious mind to inspire action and thoughts that align with making these goals a reality. And that's why we start seeing opportunities and things we didn't see before, because it's starting to work, you guys. It's starting to work. So this is the mechanics behind bringing these dreams to life. So let's dive deeper into a question that I formulated to ask for myself. How can I use visualization and emotion to activate my subconscious mind and achieve my goal? And there's 3 things that I learned that I put into practice. First, I have to identify my specific goals, right? So what do? Define clear, specific goals rather than just vague aspirations, get income, job position, or a personal milestone. Then after you identify it, write down the goal to ensure that it's concrete and resonates deeply within you. This is going to bring those emotions into engagement, which is really what we want. Because, my friends, this clarity will help us create more powerful, focused affirmations, and that's what we need. So that's number 1, identify specific goals. Secondly, practice vivid visualization. We talked about visualization, but let's attach the description vivid to it, right? So dedicate time each day to visualize your goals in detail. Picture yourselves as if you've already achieved them. What does that look like? This is important because you've got to become this person on the inside before reality happens on the outside. So this little exercise helps you slowly become. Don't worry about becoming right away. It's like a step, all right? Let's say you're standing at the bottom and your goal is at the top of the step and there's 10 steps in between. All you've got to do is get to step number 1. So don't worry about being perfect, but the more you do it, the better you get at it. So as you do this, engage all of your senses into this imaginary vision that you're building. Consider what you see, you hear, you feel, and make all the experiences as vivid and realistic as possible. Remember, why are you doing this? Because it's helping you understand how you're going to become the person you need to be up here so that it becomes a reality out here. So allow this visualization to evoke strong emotions. This will deepen your connection to your aspirations and dreams and enhance that power of the affirmation, which is what we really want. So number 2, practice vivid visualization. And number 3, when you affirm, do it with emotion. Integrate affirmations into your visualization practice. How you repeat them with conviction and allow those emotions from your visualization to enhance your word, so that as you're saying something like, I attract success every day, or something like, I attract money every day. If you said something like that and you were visualizing your success and how you were making so much money that you felt you needed and what it did and the emotions behind it and what it's for, and then when you say that, you can think of that visualization and allow those emotions to come and intercede with it. I attract money. I can say that, but those emotions that I feel, it's my job to slow down and let them come into contact with that. For each affirmation, connect with the feelings associated with achieving your goal. You'll know that through your visualization. For example, if I say, I am financially secure and thriving, as you're picturing that, it might be joy, it might be relief, or it might be pride in how you're doing something. Not bad, evil pride. But this is an idea of, remember, we've got to mesh these things together, because it's not only your thoughts, but it's your emotions, the balance between these two working together that create that fire that allow to bring things to life. This combination of affirmation and emotional intensity activates our subconscious minds and it motivates us to take action, aligning us with our goals. It happens to me every day, you guys. This is what I live for. So when you do this third thing, when you do these three things together, it answers this question: how can I use a visualization and emotion to activate my subconscious mind and achieve my goals? So let's move on to number 3. The deep dive, or the third thing I learned in this chapter, was repetition and consistency. If I'm going to embed desires into my subconscious mind, it requires me being consistent, a repeated practice. I can read my goals aloud daily. I can visualize success daily. I can reaffirm my belief in achieving these goals. This is important for me to do consistently every day because the subconscious mind will respond to clear, persistent commands delivered with conviction, making it essential to communicate my goals with confidence and clarity. And it starts with consistency. So regular repetition of these practices that I've taught earlier in this video fosters an unwavering faith, and it prompts my subconscious mind to develop plans and actions that lead to fulfilling my desires. It all evolves with itself. You got to trust. You got to trust what you're doing, and you got to trust yourself that all these plans and actions, everything is going to develop. So this leads to a question, which is going to help us dive deeper. How can I build a daily routine of repetition and consistency to strengthen my belief in my goals and embed them into my subconscious mind? Well, there's 3 things that I learned and 3 things that I practiced that I'm going to share with you. Number 1, create a daily affirmation ritual. Set a specific time each day for your affirmation practice, whether in the morning to start positivity or in the evening to reflect on your goals. I do this every morning. It is part of my AM routine where I set time aside and I put on some background music and I read these things slowly with conviction. Then I write them down and I ponder them and I think about them we're talking about, 2 to 5 minutes at the most. It doesn't take long when you got an affirmation to slowly read it with conviction and think about it for a little bit and write what is happening. I put my phone on maybe 3 minutes and then I sit there with my journal and I just write for 3 minutes part of what I vision is going on. Choose a quiet, distraction-free space to focus fully on your affirmations like I do in the morning. Read your affirmations aloud, and like I said, read them with conviction. Let your emotions resonate. This is why I put music behind it. It's not uncommon that sometimes in the morning I'll develop tears because of it. Let your voice deepen. Let them really impact your subconscious so it becomes part of you. That's the first thing I learned. The second thing I started to do was incorporate visual cues. So I surrounded myself with visual reminders for my goals. I did start out with a board. I put up sticky notes here or there and they worked. But I kept my affirmations with me all the time to begin with because listen, we're fighting the rat race, and the purpose of the rat race is to distract us from what we really want so that we stay hidden in our safe little world we've built with limiting belief walls is what I call them. And this is where the rat race wants to keep us. So I kept my affirmations with me so that I could think about them all day long. Building a mindful attitude on a daily basis is very important to this. So place reminders in areas that you often see, your bathroom, workspace, goals if you look at them daily, but let it be somewhere where the reminder is there. Each time you see these reminders, pause to connect with it emotionally. Think about your affirmations and connect with it emotionally. Nobody knows what's going on. You can do it at any time, at any place. It takes seconds. This will reinforce your commitment throughout the day. So that's the second thing that I learned. And the third thing, reflect and adjust regularly. Reserve time each week to reflect on what you're doing, your affirmation practice, and is it really impacting emotionally like it should, or do you need to do something different to really bring that into place? So evaluate your affirmations. Sometimes they may need to be changed a little bit, and that's That's okay. Are you using the right emotion? Adjust things for relevance as you need it. This reflection time is going to reinforce your consistency and deepen your belief in the realization of your affirmation. So if you practice these three things, you'll be able to answer this question: how can I build a daily routine of repetition and consistency to strengthen my beliefs in my goals and embed them in my subconscious mind? So, my friends, that's what I learned in Chapter 4. Quick summary: Chapter 4 of Think and Grow Rich emphasizes the role of autosuggestion in achieving success. We call those affirmations today. Napoleon Hill explains that by consistently repeating positive, emotionally charged affirmations and visualizing goals as already accomplished, one can deeply influence the subconscious mind, aligning thought and actions so that we can literally have desired outcomes. That is Chapter 4. Our next video will be about Chapter 5, Specialized Knowledge, the medium for influencing